Search. Head and shoulders. Rise slow. Rise slow. Rise slow. No one saw the nights I held my ground. No one heard me when I made no sound. I didn't need the light to find my way. I just kept moving through the dark each day. Not fast, not loud, not for the crowd. Just real, just deep, just mine to keep on. I rise slow, but I rise strong. Every scar I carry made me more. I rise slow, but I rise strong. Took the time it took, now I belong. Rise slow. They wanted fire, I gave them roots. They wanted shortcuts, I gave them truth. I fell more times than I cared to say, but every fall just showed me where to stay. Not fast, not loud, not for the crowd. Just real, just deep, just mine to keep. I rise slow, but I rise sure. Every scar I carry made me more. I rise slow, but I rise strong. Took the time it took, now I belong. Rise slow. The ones who rise fast fall the same way. The ones who rise slow are built to stay. I rise slow, but I rise sure. Every scar I carry make me more. I rise slow, but I rise strong. Took the time it took. Still rising, rise slow, still here. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. It sounds like it's all good now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, on a Sunday. How's everybody doing?
August 16th. Sunday, August 16th. That's today, Sunday. And there you go. Better now. All good now. We'll give it a minute for people to come in again. We'll give it a minute. We'll give it a minute. Yeah.
The sun came up again today, just like it always do. And if the
Hi, Alberta.
Start again, baby, so can you. You're still here. The sun came up again today, just like it always do. And if the sky can start again, baby, so can you. You're still.
Let's give it a minute. Let's give it a minute. I'll play with this fucking shit. Let's give it a minute here. I'll play with this.
Heavy. Some days are long. Some days you wonder how you're still holding on. But you woke up this morning and your heart's still beating right. Baby, that's enough. That's enough to keep the fight. You've been through worse, and you're still right here. Still breathing, still standing, still showing up every year. Keep going. One more step, one more day. Keep going, even when it don't feel okay. You made it this far, don't stop now. Keep going, baby, you know how. Keep going. Keep going.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my Sunday show. How are you, everybody? Are you drunk again, Rudy? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Ha ha! Are you drunk again? Look at this. Look at this. Are you drunk again, Rudy? What do you want, a breathalyzer? Hey, all my Karens out there. All my Karens out there. Hey, all you Karens out there. I got a song for you.
Fuck all the people who done you wrong. You carried that pain for far too long. Every lie, every knife in your back made you stronger when they thought you'd crack. They tried to break you, drag you down, tried to steal your smile and take your crown. But look at you now, you're still standing tall. You learn how to rise every time you fall. Let them talk, let them say what they like. We walk through the dark, now we're ready to fight. No looking backwards, no running away. We're taking our lives back, starting today. Rise above them, this is our fight. Through the darkest days, we'll find the light. Hold your head high, make your future clear. Never fear when hope is near. Fuck too long. Every lie, every knife in your back made you stronger when they thought you'd crack. They tried to break you, drag you down, tried to steal your smile and take your crown. But look at you now, you're still standing tall. You learn how to rise every time you fall. Let them talk, let them say what they like. We walk through the dark, now we're ready to fight. No looking backwards, no running away. We're taking our lives back, starting today. Rise above them, this is our fight. Through the darkest days, we'll find the light. Hold your head high, make your future clear. Never fear when hope is near. Fuck off.
Welcome back to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, baby. I'm gonna play you one more. Then I'm gonna get into my show.
Hey! Canada stepped up big when the war bells rang. 25 billion plus in aid we sprang. Cash for the government, gear for the fight. One of the leading donors in the Western Light. But while we cheered saliva from the frozen north, our own house was hurting. What's the money worth? Groceries climbing, rent through the roof so high. Young folks can't buy homes, and the wait times make you cry. Tim Hortons double cost more every day, while the loonies keep flying to a land far away. Where the loonies go? They vanish in the night, tied up in schemes while Canadians fight. Build your own house before you play World Bank. Heal home first, that's the honest rank. Canada's generous, yeah, we showed up strong, but fact check the leaks. Something's going wrong, take care of your citizens, that's the witty truth, before the maple leaf turns into a golden tooth. Remember Energodum, that nuclear cash machine, 100 million kickbacks to the biggest wartime scheme. Naboo dropped the wiretaps 1,000 hours deep. Ministers resigned when the secrets started to leak. And right in the middle of that golden toilet mess, they built luxury cottages, pure elite excess. Laundered millions for compounds near Kiev, so fine. High-end houses for the connected while the front lines whine. Defense contracts bloated 30%, skim clean. Drones and gear marked up like a comedy routine. Back home in the true north, we're tightening the belt. Housing crisis biting and the young cards get dealt. Healthcare hallways stretching like a bad winter road, while the aid keeps flowing and the stories get told. Oh, it's for democracy, for freedom, for the cause, but the facts keep showing where some of it gnaws. They're sipping on the cream while we're counting every dime, prioritizing strangers when it's our own people's time. They say it's not all stolen, and that part is true, but when kickbacks build resorts, and the golden toilets too, and ministers walk when the anti-graft squad knocks, it's hard not to wonder where our hard-earned loonies got lost. We're not saying cut it all, help where it makes sense, but blind checks to corruption, that's just common sense. Where the loonies go, they're funding fancy pads, while Canadians are hustling just to cover the ads. One of the biggest donors, yeah, we play the part, but fact-based and witty. Protect your own heart. Heal the home front first, fix the leaks in the hose before we bankrupt the beaver for someone else's woes. Canada's got heart, but it's time to get smart. Our citizens first, that's the song from the start. 25 billion and counting. Energodum kickbacks, luxury compounds, inflated contracts. Real scandals, real resignations, real questions. Maybe start with affordable homes and shorter wait times before the next blank check. Slave up to common sense. Slave to common sense.
Good evening, or no. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. It's 5:14 p.m. Sunday, August the 16th. Sunday. Sunday afternoon. We have 35 or 36 in here. Broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook. And how is everybody today? And one thing I'll make very clear to all my Karens out there, yeah, I've had a couple of drinks, to be totally honest with everybody. Because I don't speak no bullshit on my channel. Oh, we have a great big right up here. Just sent in to me. Free tickets to heaven. Free initial life. Free grace. If you want it and want to become a Christian and want to go to heaven, then just pray. Say out loud this simple prayer and believe in Jesus. And it goes on. Just pray, dear Lord Jesus Christ, the Son of God, I believe you died on the cross for my sins, that you was buried in a tomb, and on the third day you raised from the dead, by God the Father. Lord, I know I'm a sinner. I know I can't save myself. I ask you to forgive me of my sins, repent my sins. Lord Jesus, come into my heart and save me. I expect you now as my personal Lord and Savior. In Jesus' name, I pray, amen. Remember, Jesus loves you. Wait. Remember, Jesus loves you. John 3:16. Read the Bible online, a free Bible on your phone, tablet, or computer, the Bible app. And there's even a link here. So will you. I don't know if I can get that all up on there. But I'm not a preacher. I have a preacher in the wind. His name is Arthur Belusky. on my team. But the problem here that a lot of you are missing is that my broadcast is regarding the corruption of the Canadian and provincial governments. I'm not a preacher. I have a preacher on my team for that. I'm not a preacher. I give it to you the way it is in Canada. For those that are just joining my broadcast, I'm Rudy Bruce. And I don't stand for bullshit. I'm calling out the bullshit of our government and the fucking shit they did to Canadians. And if you have it in your soul that want to reach out to me and you want to call me, that's fine. I'll give you my number. Have a pen. It's 306-231-2314. Again, my number, 306-231-2314. But that's just a small part of the show. I'm going to bring to you something very important to all of you to give you a full understanding of COVID-19. The scamdemic that they did to Canadians, just to prove to all of you of the damage that the Trudeau government and Carney did to Canadians from the horse's mouth. It's a little bit lengthy, but please, I'm not done after that. I'm not done. I'm going to bring it all out to you. And if you have half a brain, this is incredible. This is incredible. So let's bring it out. Let's bring it out to all Canadians. The truth behind COVID-19. This comes out on the Jimmy Dore Show.
Together, the COVID racket are all in the same board, and all of them signed a document on September 18th, 2019, that said that they were going to have an accidental or intentional release of a lethal respiratory pathogen. Jimmy, lethal respiratory pathogen release is premeditated murder.
We have special guests with us. Dr. David E. Martin is back, founder and owner of the company MCAM International, which has provided research and corporate advisory service to over 160 countries, while he has personally served as an advisor to the World Bank and many governments. Dr. Martin first arose to global attention when he appeared in the August 2020 documentary Plandemic Indoctrination. He's also a Batten Fellow at the University of Virginia's Darden Graduate School of Business Administration. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Martin. Great to see you, David.
Jimmy, it is an honor to be with you. It's always a delight.
Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate that. I appreciate you and everybody who had the courage. It's what a disconcerting thing to know that so many doctors didn't. And wow. But anyway, the thing I wanted to start off with.
And there's more. There's another piece I'm going to play behind this. It's time for Canadians to wake up. This is what they did to you.
I was not excited about the Dr. Fauci hearings, and because I know he's not going to be held accountable. The worst they're going to do is give him a slap on the wrist for contempt, and then nothing's going to happen. But because it's Trump's Department of Justice that has to prosecute him, and they're not going to do it. They all work for the same people. But I saw you talk about there's even his pardon does not cover him. And can you go into why that is?
Yeah, well, it's fascinating. I mean, and I find it somewhat ironic that this 2014 date, which everybody loses their minds about, the January 1st, 2014 date, which is the 10-year retroactive in the Biden pardon, sounds imaginative and wonderful, except for the tiny little problem for Fauci, that it was 2002 when he funded with two grants, grant AI 23946 and grant GM 63228, he funded the recombinant coronavirus, the gain of function coronavirus, with Ralph Baric at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, which was ultimately patented by UNC Chapel Hill and by NIAID's NIH interests. And ironically, 2002 predates 2014. Last time I checked, by 12 years. It turns out that the 2002 patent on the bioweapon, which became SARS in 2003, which became SARS 1.0, which was released on the public then as well, ironically, was an act of domestic and international terrorism funded by, developed by, and produced in the United States at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And from 2002, when they actually successfully got coronavirus to target, are you ready for this? Human hearts and lungs. Does that sound like a great thing to target? Human hearts and lungs. Amazing that they can do that in plain sight. But then the best piece, the piece de resistance in this particular theory is that in 2005, they labeled it as, and I'm quoting from their presentation, biowarfare enabling technology. Jimmy, I don't know if biowarfare enabling technology sounds like public health to you. I mean, I know we're living in a world where the ordinary course of language is not allowed to be part of our discourse, but biowarfare enabling technology feels like, I don't know, maybe biowarfare enabling technology. Maybe that's what it is. And that was funded by NIAID. That was funded by DARPA. That was done by Ralph Baric and Anthony Fauci. And it precedes the 2014 date by, oh, that's right, another solid 9 years. So the issue is really simple. The issue is that under Section 802 of the Patriot Act and under Section 18 U.S. Code 175, what Fauci and Baric did together in 2005 was domestic terrorism resulting in the death of Americans. That is a capital crime that has no statute of limitations. So even if this administration doesn't pursue it, there is no statute of limitations that runs on these crimes. These are capital crimes defined under the Act, and they are domestic terrorism resulting in the death of American citizens. So newsflash, the pardon doesn't.
Now, let me tell you something. Let me enlighten you on something. Okay? This is terrorism. Not only for Americans, but also for Canadians. Because this was all funneled through the WHO. And I'm not done there, okay? This goes beyond this, okay, into David Eby, okay? But I want you to hear the patents, when they were registered, when this was all put together. Baby, This blows the lid off the whole fucking thing. Okay? All the health ministers, Theresa Tam, everything. This was terrorism and the whole bit.
Them any good. And that's why Rand Paul and Ron Johnson and others who are holding these mock show hearings, which lead to mock show contempt determinations, are nothing more than putting lipstick on the propaganda pig that COVID has always been. And from my standpoint, any state attorney general, any state law enforcement agency has no reason to limit themselves from going after both the federal crimes as well as the state equivalents of those crimes. So are they capable of being held accountable? Yes. Does it have to be through the Trump Department of Justice? No. And should we, the people, be demanding it? Absolutely.
So you're saying that he got Ralph Barrick at the University of North Carolina to change the regular virus, the coronavirus, into SARS? Is that what he did?
Yeah, and not subtly. I mean, remember that if you go back to the 1990 Pfizer patent on coronavirus,
so that was
largely.
So you're telling me that there's a patent in 1990 from Pfizer on, was it on, what is it on?
Yeah, a vaccine for coronavirus.
Does it use the spike protein?
As a matter of fact, it does. Oh, who would have thought?
Do you understand? Are you following this so far? If you have any brains, this was way before 2020. These are patents, okay? This is the whole gimmick.
But if you go back and you look at what that vaccine was primarily for, it was primarily for swine and baby infant dogs, puppies, who had notorious gastroenteritis problems, basically upset tummies with coronavirus. That's where back in the, once upon a time when we cared about coronavirus, it was more about swine and dog gastroenteritis than it was about the common cold. Now, going back to 1966, just to be perfectly clear, the first model of coronavirus in 1966 was associated with what then was called the common cold. I know we're not allowed to say that anymore because coronavirus is clearly a COVID disease. It's not just the flu or the common cold, but back when it was first isolated, back when it was first sent across the Atlantic in 1967 to infect healthy volunteers in the UK to see if you could actually transport a biological weapon across the Atlantic Ocean in 1967. So only 59 years ago, when that first was done, there was a theory that coronavirus was potentially associated with the common cold, but it wasn't until 1992 when Ralph Barrick made it lethal, funded by Anthony Fauci, funded by NIH, and you heard the date correctly, 1992, not 2002, 10 years earlier, they made it lethal to human heart and human lung tissue.
So, and then what happened in 2002?
Well, in 2002, they patented, conveniently, this method for building a recombinant bioweapon called coronavirus. Conveniently, shortly after filing for the patent, they released the lab-created monster, and we had SARS 1.0. You'll remember in the winter of 2002, spring of 2003, when everybody allegedly was going to die of SARS, and I think we had 800 deaths and a few people that got the sniffles. But if you go back and look at that particular release, you realize that release was specifically targeted as a follow-up to the anthrax scare of September of 2001, so that the bioweapons protection, aka the PrEP Act, would be allowed to extend manufacturer immunity liability shields so that the people who made the chemistry that went into the bioweapons would be shielded from civil liability, just like the vaccine liability shield that went into effect in 1986, led by, oh, that's right, Anthony Fauci. So we have Anthony Fauci developing a biological weapon, releasing it in 2002, creating SARS 1.0, He then lobbies with that plus the anthrax case. And most people forget anthrax was a U.S. biological weapon from U.S. bioweapons labs, giant surprise, that happened to show up in mail and kill people. Jimmy, do you realize that no one has been held accountable for that? There's been no accountability for that whatsoever. We've just decided that it was kind of a crazy ne'er-do-well from the Department of Defense lab that ultimately suicided conveniently, so we don't really know. But this guy single-handedly, according to what we're supposed to believe, single-handedly aerosolized anthrax and then put it in the mail and started killing people. The fact of the matter is, this is the same Anthony Fauci that needed acts of disruption in the form of biological threats to pass the PrEP Act so that the PrEP Act would shield manufacturers of vaccines and biological weapons from their civil liability.
And so, okay, so what happened in 2005 again? Remind me.
So 2005 is when DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Program, and NIAID, under the direction of Anthony Fauci, set up the Biowarfare Enabling Technology Program using synthetic coronavirus. And from 2005 to 2012, they developed a series of them. Surprisingly, in 2011 and 12, Ralph Barrick was so concerned with the bioweapons that he was developing that he actually created, are you ready for this? The Zelenko Protocol, the zinc ionophore, the thing that was supposedly not going to work to treat coronavirus, which is the reason why we had to have an injection, because we had an emergency use authorization for an injection because allegedly there wasn't a commercially available solution, except for the fact that the Zelenko Protocol was published by Ralph Barrick, and Zev Zelenko just read the countermeasure built by the bomb maker. Zev didn't come up with the Zelenko Protocol. The Zelenko Protocol was him reading the instruction manual for countermeasures to the bomb that Ralph Barrick had made.
So what was the protocol? Do you know?
Yeah, zinc ionophores, the use of things like hydroxychloroquine, things
kidding.
like using ivermectin.
So it's
published in 2012.
How?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't understand what's going on so far and you're just joining the broadcast, this was the build-up to COVID-19. This was the plan. This was how they killed thousands of Canadians and Americans. This was the plan. These were the patents that were put in place. This is the bullshit that they put in place to kill Americans and Canadians with this COVID-19 bullshit scam. Okay? Are you here now? Are you listening now?
How am I just hearing about this now? It was published.
Because nobody listens to me, and I am not cool enough for people like Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan, because I'm not cool, because I use, I don't know, facts instead of opinions. And the fact of the matter is, this has been a public matter in the public record. I mean, Zev Zelenko and I got on stage together and acknowledged the fact that we were using the instructions by the guy who made the bioweapon for the treatment for people in his lab who were exposed to the bioweapon. Giant surprise. How best, I don't know, how best to find a countermeasure than go to the guy who makes a bomb and then makes the cure for the thing that he's making in his lab in the off chance that he might get infected.
So if you know, go ahead.
No, I mean, the emergency use authorization could only exist if the information that I'm saying was not hidden. Everything I'm saying, you can go and load right off of the internet. So no doctor, no public health official, no anybody didn't have access to this information, just like they didn't have ignorance about the fact that pseudouridine, which is in the shot, is a cancer promoter, just like the fact that they included a number of agents like remdesivir in the treatment of people that had a 53% fatality rate inside of the ZMAT protocol for Ebola in Africa, and that was published in 2018. So when Anthony Fauci is sitting in the Oval Office going, hey, we've got this solution called remdesivir, you know, the only tiny problem was in 2018, it was too deadly for the World Health Organization to even use the drug, so they pulled it because it was killing 53% of the people it went into. Coronavirus didn't kill 53% of any population, so there could have been no risk-benefit analysis, and this was published in every proceeding in every medical journal, and not a single person was willing to listen when I laid all of this out in 2020 before there was ever a shot given to anybody.
So how do you account for the medical profession being so willfully ignorant if this is already published? I mean, this was the ivermectin, the protocol to fight was already published.
Yes, it was published, and it was published by NIH, and it was published by NIAID. And remember,
now this is the medical protocol that they were using on patients with COVID-19, remdesivir. Remdesivir was killing people, and yet that's the medical protocol that they put people on going in for a COVID-19 protocol.
October of 2020, when Congress, under pressure from people like me, asked NIH and NIAID to show their financial interest in their proposed remedies that they were proposing, which included mRNA shots, which included remdesivir, which included all of these things. In October of 2020, NIH and NIAID lied to Congress and failed to disclose their financial interest in all of the solutions they had recommended. Giant surprise, nobody bothered looking. My wife and I went up to brief Senator Ron Johnson when we were in the middle of the early days of COVID, and he sat there telling us, well, the Imperial College data says millions of people are going to die. And I said, well, the Imperial College data doesn't say that. The same discredited scientist who's not a scientist has been yelling that he was going to actually have bodies piling up in the streets, and he has done that now on 4 different times, and none of the times were any bodies piling up in the streets. But Ron Johnson failed to even consider the information, despite the fact that I had the printed, published information right in front of him. Before the shot was ever given, all of this data was available to Congress. All of this data was available to the White House, and not a single person took action.
And it's, you know, it's overwhelming, right? I remember the last time you were on, I felt the same way. This is really horrible. But now Ron Johnson has made a big deal out of trying.
Let me tell you something, okay? This is the same information that Prime Minister Trudeau and all the health ministers across Canada knew about. Okay, all this information was out there, and yet this is what they did to Canadians.
To, you know, expose Dr. Fauci's emails and stuff like that. And
I have a little saying to that. Are you fucking shitting me? Are you fucked?
So what's the motivation for them doing that? Is that a limited hangout?
Ron Johnson and Rand Paul probably are as disgusting in terms of their attempt to cover up their own tracks as Anthony Fauci is. Just happens to be that they get to sit in the DHS committee. So they have right now they have this velvet glove that they're allegedly thumping very hard on the velvet table. But you'll never hear Ron Johnson and you'll never hear Rand Paul actually ask the real question, which is, why aren't we talking about DARPA? Why aren't we talking about UNC Chapel Hill? Why aren't we talking about the fact that in October of 2014, Anthony Fauci's NIAID sent a letter to Ralph Barrett in October of 2014 saying that his work on, are you ready for this, Jimmy? I'm glad you're sitting down. His work on the Wuhan Institute of Virology Virus 1 weapon was gain-of-function research, and that despite the moratorium that had just been enacted, he was authorized to continue working on it during the moratorium. That is a letter from NIAID to UNC Chapel Hill. That letter has been published. I have published it thousands of times. And that letter, the gain of function letter, was hand delivered to Senator Johnson and hand delivered to Senator Rand Paul. And in every instance, when Rand Paul had Anthony Fauci across the table from him at hearings, guess what he never once put in front of Anthony Fauci?
That letter. So
because they needed the Wuhan cover story. They needed this to be the China virus. They needed it to be all these nonsensical terms. And it turns out that if we actually admitted that this was a biological weapon paid for by the United States government, issued out of the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, under the brand that you have highlighted on the screen behind you, bio-warfare enabling technology. This is not my opinion. This is their stated objective. And remember that in 2014, they said that to create the public need for a medical countermeasure such as a pan-coronavirus vaccine, we need the media to create hype. We need to use the hype to our advantage to get to the real issues. And I'm quoting, investors will respond if they see profit at the end of the process. Jimmy, does that sound like public health, or does that sound like domestic terrorism, coercion, manipulation of the public so that, oh, that's right, investors will respond if they see profit at the end of the process? God, that sounds like, I don't know, God's gift to what? The Red Cross? It's insane.
This is Mengele level maniacal mad scientist garbage. And so you're saying that Rand Paul and Senator Ron Johnson have knowledge of all this and they're not going to expose it?
Of course they do. They've had it. I've delivered it to Ron Johnson personally. My wife and I were in his office with him delivering this information. And he found it incredulous. Therefore, he decided to let the system go ahead and inject millions of people with a deadly shot. Rand Paul refused to meet, but he had the same material hand delivered by several people to his office on several occasions, and he has been repeatedly in public reminded of the fact that this information is available, and he chooses, and I know why he chooses this. Listen, he's a senator from Kentucky. Guess what's at Kentucky? Oak Ridge National Labs, University of Tennessee, University of Kentucky, all of these federal labs and agencies in the vicinity, including University of Kentucky's own research programs, all of these programs in the heartland of America rely on the black ops budgets of the United States government. And the minute you pull the cover back on that, you find out how much University of Kentucky has received for illicit research. You now know why Rand Paul refuses to ask any question. Because at the end of the day, he's implicated in all this. I mean, it's Epstein only with bioweapons, not children.
So I've had Jeffrey Sachs on the show, and he was the head of the Lancet study group on coronavirus and COVID. And he concluded that 99% sure that the virus actually came out of the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and it was engineered by Ralph Barrick. So he's the other person I've heard say this, and now you're saying it. And of course, I just want to show this. Here it is, the document you're talking about. That's Ralph Barrick, contact information, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And it says right there, synthetic coronaviruses, biohacking, biological warfare enabling technologies. There it is. And that's
it feels like it doesn't require too much interpretation, does it?
And I can't believe it. And then in 2012, they already had, you should use ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine.
And other zinc ionophores and zinc and vitamin D and all the stuff that doctors were disbarred from their medical licenses for promoting were published remedies for coronavirus exposure by 2012.
And so can a state attorney general prosecute Fauci for this?
They can, and they have another theory that they can also use, together with George Wentz, who unfortunately decided to back out for reasons that has never been entirely disclosed. But the prosecution that we did in tandem with the efforts that were really championed at the time by Ken Paxton, the Attorney General of Texas, we were able to get a theory that is actually a very good state theory under which any attorney general can prosecute Anthony Fauci and NIH and UNC Chapel Hill, which is called ultra hazardous activity. That's a civil claim, but it also could lead to criminal charges at the state level. And we did get one group in Oklahoma that was willing to do the criminal prosecution if the state took action on the civil case. What that does, Jimmy, is it creates a theory that says that if somebody willfully undertakes research or undertakes commercial activity that has a reasonable expectation of death and disability, then they are financially liable for up to treble damages for the damage they create. And this is the important piece, they are responsible to return the damaged party to their pre-exposure state. In other words, this would make this federal government, NIH, NIAID, and all of the agencies and universities associated with this program, including DARPA, the Department of Defense, they would be liable to recover all lost jobs, lost labor, lost lives, lost money around treating COVID, treating long COVID. 100% of those financial liabilities are claimable by states. And that's a case, as I said, we developed in tandem with Ken Paxton and George Wentz at the Davalier Law Group. And that's something that we were actually moving forward until Ken Paxton got pressure that said he was filing too many cases. And so for a whole bunch of political reasons, he was put in a box and not allowed to proceed with this case. But Ken was the one who took it the furthest and had the greatest courage of any AG that ever looked at this. The other public official I always mention is Surgeon General Joe Latipo in Florida, who also is somebody who, in my estimation, is one of the few public servants that has had the both courage and audacity to speak out at a time when it was very unpopular to do so. But the fact of the matter is, any AG who wants could file an ultra hazardous activity case against the federal government and get a recovery of all financial damages associated with COVID for conducting reckless ultra hazardous activity, as evidenced by the document right behind me.
So why do you think that Rand Paul and Ron Johnson are even bothering?
Because it looks good for their political constituency to pretend like they care long after they should have cared. Remember, both of them should have stopped the emergency use authorization. They had the information to do it, and they didn't. And now, one of the things that you learn after the Nuremberg trials is it's very interesting. You can't buy your conscience back, but you can make a lifetime of trying. And what they're both trying to do is they're trying to whitewash the fact that both of them had information to stop the EUA back in 2020, and they sat on their hands and did nothing. Giant surprise. People are injected. Now people are dying. Now people are permanently disabled. And now they want to pretend like they've done something. But the problem is, what they could and should have done is stop the emergency use authorization from ever being promulgated in the first place. Because there were published, proven methods to treat coronavirus exposure that were published by the very people who made the weapon in the first place. And all of that information was subject to, suppression, cancellation, et cetera, et cetera. And now they are trying to buy back a conscience that they sold to the pharmaceutical interests and to the federally funded research interests at their state universities and state federal labs.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe my memory is faulty on this, but why do I remember when SARS-1 was unleashed I remember news reports saying that it started in Canada, in like Toronto. Am I wrong?
Well, so interestingly enough, if you go back and look, mysteriously, SARS 1.0 happened in China, happened a couple places in the rest of the world, and in North Carolina.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Isn't it fascinating that just happened? Because of the migratory bat population that migrates from China to North Carolina. Specifically? Because I don't know, they like tar on their heels or something. I don't know why the bats do that, but
so why is So nobody else. So I saw this. I saw a video of you on Twitter talking about this. What we're talking about right now with Mickey Willis, and but I haven't seen anyone else talking about this. Not no one,
because nobody's willing to talk about the facts. Right now, here's the problem. The problem is the minute the China virus story blows up, guess where that buck ultimately ends?
Not well, the United States government, right?
Yeah. And guess what? Nobody's willing to hold accountable.
United States.
I said this years ago. Remember that long before anybody was speaking out about this, long before there was a Peter McCullough speaking about this, long before there was a Jeffrey Sachs speaking about this, remember that the first criminal prosecution recommendation I sent through was in April of 2020. In April of 2020. That's because I started pushing on the importance of addressing this issue back in the spring of 2019, when mysteriously the CDC and the NIH decided to consolidate all the patents around coronavirus manipulation and around treatment methods. And then in April of 2019, when Moderna made reference to, and I'm quoting, an accidental release of a respiratory pathogen. And then in September 18th of 2019, when the World Health Organization said on page 8 of the World at Risk publication that they were going to have an accidental or intentional release of a lethal respiratory pathogen so that the public would accept the need for a universal vaccine by September 2020. Does that sound premeditated to you, Jimmy?
It sounds premeditated.
Does that sound like somebody actually was planning on doing something when they say an accidental or intentional release? This is not a lab leak. They said release. That means somebody let it out. And they said the reason why they were going to have a lethal respiratory pathogen release was for the sole purpose of getting the public to accept a universal vaccine by September 2020.
So this was all. Now I've seen a video of Fauci talking at some kind of symposium about alluding to this. That you're going to have to. I don't care what you think about the flu. You're going to have to accept this. We're going to push this mRNA tech. That was all about this mRNA technology, right?
Yep. Yep.
So this must be super lucrative for them in some way to switch from the old types of vaccines to mRNA, and that's why they're doing this.
You know how much cancer therapy is versus how much the common flu is?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, by a factor of 10. And isn't it interesting that pseudouridine, the agent that was in both the Pfizer and Moderna shot, was published to be a cancer promoter? So it turns on cancers. Do you remember the word turbo cancer prior to 2022?
No.
No, you don't, because it didn't exist. Nobody started cancer at stage 4.
And so,
except for the published data that shows that pseudouridine in laboratory animals created cancer with a lethality rate in some of the studies of 100%. And, mysteriously, we're wondering why suddenly turbo cancers are everywhere. Well, there's no mystery about where turbo cancers are coming from. This was published research by 2017 and 2018. Pseudouridine, which is a stabilizing agent in both the Pfizer and the Moderna shot, were proven, not suggested to be, proven to be cancer promoters, and they were added to this shot.
We'll be right back with more of this story after a brief message from our sponsor. And now for a paid advertisement from Rumble.
So how do you feel now as a Canadian with the agreements of the WHO and the land grab, the treaty bullshit, on and on goes this fucking bullshit? Okay, you just heard about the patent buildup to the COVID-19 bullshit. This is explosive shit. Canada, this is explosive shit. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. There's 30 of you in here, and I'm not done yet. Oh, no. There's more in behind this, which goes into the Agenda 2030 bullshit. This is just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the tip. These are the patents I've just brought out to you, the patents and the means of what they did to build up to the big scamdemic bullshit. Okay? This means how they killed hundreds of Canadians and hospitalized hundreds of Canadians. Okay? This is the federal government. This is the Trudeau government at the time. This is mind-blowing. Dr. David Martin brings out all the patents and the means of all of how they fucking terrorized our country. As Canadians, this is what the Trudeau government stood for. Okay? Bullshit! The scamdemic bullshit! But there's more. This is what they are leading you down the path of bullshit in Canada. As Canadians, this was just the big piece that they fucking put on all of us. This bullshit. They knew they were going to kill a lot of Canadians and maim a lot of Canadians over this bullshit. This all was out there. This is the truth behind the COVID-19 scam. Hello! This is just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give a second part to this whole this bullshit. You know, this is the corrupt government at its best. At its best. Are you paying attention now? This is the government that has how many people living in tents and going to a food bank, taking away your jobs, and flooding our country with all these immigrants and all this fucking bullshit. Bit of an eye opener, eh? On the Rudy Bruce broadcast, eh? Because I'm the one that just follows along with the government fucking bullshit between the lines. And everybody sits back on the couch eating potato chips while you're getting fucked up the ass. I ain't done yet. So our doctors in Canada are. There's more to that. I posted that. There's more. There's more. There's more to the story. I'll get to that in a minute. There's more to this story. There's a lot more to the story, okay, ladies and gentlemen, of how the federal government fucked you. Okay? the provincial fucking government was fucking you up the ass. Totally up the ass. Ladies and gentlemen, the corruption, the manipulation on COVID-19, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not done yet. I played it on Friday morning, but I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this again. I'm gonna play this again from this doctor, Dr. Hoff. Yeah, here we go. This is how our doctors in Canada were treated during COVID-19. Stay tuned.
My name is Dr. Charles Hoff. I'm a family doctor from southern British Columbia, where I've worked since 1993. I serve mostly the Nlakatba First Nations people. When the vaccine rollout began, I tried to alert my colleagues in the area to serious safety signals and was reprimanded by the authorities and told that I was not allowed to say anything negative about the vaccines. And so when I started to see very serious side effects in my own patients, within 3 months of the onset of the vaccine rollout, I had one patient who died suddenly after his shot. I had 3 people who were clearly going to be permanently disabled and a number of others who were seriously injured. So I sent an open letter to the British Columbia Public Health Officer, Dr. Bonnie Henry, to inform her of these safety signals.
Like hide in places and whatnot.
Oh no!
And
oh,
you know
no.
what the cop said to me? He said, I'm a police officer, not a babysitting agency.
No bullshit. Just a minute.
Her response was to refer this to her top vaccine safety specialist, Dr. Monica Naus, who assured me without any investigation of any of my patients that these were all coincidences. So I said, well,
No.
I said, I've been family doctor to these people.
No, I'm not satisfied with that. I'm going to start it again. I want you to get a very clear fucking message, okay?
My name is Dr. Charles Hoff. I'm a family doctor from southern British Columbia, where I've worked since 1993. I serve mostly the Nlakatba First Nations people. When the vaccine rollout began, I tried to alert my colleagues in the area to serious safety signals and was reprimanded by the authorities and told that I was not allowed to say anything negative about the vaccines. And so when I started to see very serious side effects in my own patients, within 3 months of the onset of the vaccine rollout, I had one patient who died suddenly after his shot. I had 3 people who were clearly going to be permanently disabled and a number of others who were seriously injured. So I sent an open letter to the British Columbia Public Health Officer, Dr. Bonnie Henry, to inform her of these safety signals. Her response was to refer this to her top vaccine safety specialist, Dr. Monica Naus, who assured me without any investigation of any of my patients that these were all coincidences. So I said, well, I've been family doctor to these people for 28 years. I know them very well, and there is no other medical explanation for these terrible, disabling symptoms that they have. She insisted that they were all coincidences and told me to just submit vaccine injury reports. So I started submitting the reports, and ultimately I submitted 14 in total, and when every single one was denied as a coincidence by public health, I gave up. To this day, I have 36 vaccine injured patients. This is just the COVID vaccines I'm talking about in my practice. And I have a small one-man practice of approximately 1,100 people. So the second response of the authorities to me trying to alert them about what was happening to my own patients was to send a warning letter. The College of Physicians and Surgeons sent a warning letter to every registered doctor, warning them that if they spoke misinformation about COVID or the COVID vaccines, that they would be investigated and, if necessary, disciplined. In other words, this was effectively a gag order to the entire medical community. These shots are safe and effective. Don't say anything to the contrary. You will be putting people at risk. So ultimately, I was charged with spreading misinformation. And to cut a long story short, after they eventually dropped those charges, shortly before my trial, because I had a brilliant lawyer and 8 world-class expert witnesses to defend me, the only reason that the college could give me for why they dropped the charges is that this process has already fulfilled its purpose of acting as a deterrent to other doctors who may wish to spread misinformation. So this gag order, this warning to doctors to not spread what they called misinformation, effectively created an illusion of consensus. Because the doctors were too afraid to speak up, all the doctors thought that there were very few doctors out there trying to raise the alarm of what was happening, because it was clearly devastating. And I pointed out in my letter to Dr. Barney Henry that at that point, which was 15 months into the pandemic, we had not had one single person in our town needing any health care for COVID at all. And as soon as the vaccine rollout started, then the real problem, the real casualties emerged. And I pointed out to her that it was clear to me that the COVID injections were more dangerous than COVID. So, of course, the response of the authorities is, well, yes, it's unfortunate if a few people get hurt, but the vaccines are saving millions of lives. They are keeping people safe. So one needs to keep in mind that in the first year of the pandemic, there was absolutely no increase in the number of people dying in Canada. If we look at all-cause mortality in the first year of the pandemic, it was no different than what we would expect. The increase in all-cause mortality started after the vaccine rollout. In the United States, they have now had approximately 1 million excess, these are non-COVID excess deaths since the vaccine rollout. So this idea that the vaccines have saved millions of lives is absurd. The number of people dying is higher than ever. The open VAERS, so as I mentioned, vaccine injury reporting in Canada appeared to be censored, as I discovered, when literally of the 14 reports that I submitted, 100% rejection from public health. So we have to look to other nations. Since Canada had a censored vaccine injury reporting system, so the open VAERS in the United States records 39,000 people who died unexpectedly within 28 days of their COVID shot. 39,000. And 72,000 who were permanently disabled within 28 days of their COVID shot. And they continue to tell us that this is safe and effective. There seems to be no ceiling on how many casualties there need to be before they shut this down. So I am part of this Allison inquiry, advocating for the safety of my own patients and for all Canadians. Thank you.
So let me tell you something.
Why don't we...
If there's one thing...
Let me tell you something, okay? We've already had the civil inquiry to the COVID bullshit, okay? Then Allison, a member of parliament, comes out with his, oh, we want to hear from the affected people of COVID-19, but we can only do so many. I have that too. I have that too. We could, out of a number of people, complaining that they were affected by the COVID shot, over 1,000. And if you want, just put yes in the comments. You want to hear that story too. This is the means to kind of quieten it down a little bit. We can only hear so many. It's not as big as, but we have 1,000 of you telling us some shit's going on, but we can only hear so many. The Allison Report. The downplay of what's happened over the COVID scamdemic 19 bullshit, where the government set up the Canadians and Americans to die over the COVID shot. And when a guy like me came out and said, don't take the jab, don't take the jab, don't take the jab, they silenced my broadcast for 90 days at a time. And others. They silenced me with 50,000 viewers. They silenced my broadcast when I was telling Canadians, along with many others, don't take the jab. They silenced me over that piece of information to save Canadian lives. Don't take the jab to save Canadians. Don't take the jab. They silenced me and others regarding don't take the jab. Because I was following all of the shit that was coming out regarding the jabs and the medical protocol and everything. Oh no, we want to silence this guy. We want to silence this guy when he says, don't take the jab. And then the algorithm fucked my show and fucked up everybody over this government Agenda 2030 bullshit. They silenced us when we were trying to save lives of Canadians. A complete manipulation of the news came upon us regarding COVID-19. And CBC was a part of that. Every day they came out with Dr. Bonnie Henry and the rest of these so-called heads of medical profession in Canada telling everybody social distance and put the mask on and the rest of the bullshit, and sending out people to the businesses. Oh no, you're not following medical protocol and we need to shut you down. That happened. That happened in Canada. And along with that bullshit came the rest of the bullshit. The rest of the Agenda 2030 fucking bullshit. And this all comes out from the United Nations bullshit Agenda 2030. And now we're in the age of AI data centers. Oh, they're coming, ladies and gentlemen. You think we're out of the woods yet? Now I'm going to go into the second part of the Rudy Bruce broadcast, because this is just the tip of the iceberg, baby. Okay? This is just the tip of it. Okay.
He is a Trojan horse. This guy is transferring millions of dollars of land, taxpayers' land. I think it's safe to say that David Eby is a Trojan horse. This guy is transferring millions of dollars of land, taxpayers' land, to First Nations for what? There's no reason. This was already settled over 100 years ago. This guy's transferring the historic Hatley Castle. This is 560 acres of land. It's worth $48 million to a band in the Songhees that have 600 members. And he's transferring this to them, and then they're going to sell back the land that Royal University has some of their buildings, which is on some of that land. They share that land, and then they lease it from the government for $1 a year, and they maintain the lands. They have a 50-year agreement. They're going to have to buy the land that their buildings are from First Nations after this is given to them for free from taxpayers in the tune of, I don't know, millions of dollars. It'll be upwards almost $10 million that they have to buy the land back for the university, which is paid for by taxpayers. Like, David Eby's a Trojan horse who's not operating in Canada's best interest, in British Columbia's best interest. I think it's safe to say that David Eby is a Trojan horse. This guy is transferring millions of dollars of land, taxpayers' land, to First Nations for what? There's no reason. This was already settled over 100 years ago. This guy's transferring the historic Hatley Castle. This is 560 acres of land. It's worth $48 million to a band in the Songhees that have 600 members. And he's transferring this to them, and then they're going to sell back the land that Royal University has some of their buildings, which is on some of that land. They share that land, and then they lease it from the government for $1 a year, and they maintain the lands. They have a 50-year agreement. They're going to have to buy the land that their buildings are from First Nations after this is given to them for free from taxpayers in the tune of, I don't know, millions of dollars. It'll be upwards almost $10 million that they have to buy the land back for the university, which is paid for by taxpayers. Like, David Eby's a Trojan horse who's not operating in Canada's best interest, in British Columbia's best interest. I think it's...
Oh, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Oh, let's see. Where are we here? Let's see. Where are we at here? Let's.
Public Safety and Emergency Services, Mike Ellis, the Minister of Justice, Mickey Amory, the Minister of Transportation and Economic Corridors, Devin Dreeshen. We also have Justin Wright, MLA for Cypress Medicine Hat, and Inspector Ken Haddle from the Alberta Sheriffs, who will share information on progress on our border security initiatives. But first, I'd like to address everyone in regard to the current tariff situation. My fellow Albertans, sadly, the United States President Donald Trump has decided to place a 25% tariff on all Canadian goods sold to the United States, with the exception of energy products, which will be tariffed at 10%. These tariffs are unjustified and a clear breach of the North American Free Trade Agreement, or CUSMA, that was signed by President Trump during his first term. This economic attack on our country, combined with Mr. Trump's continued talk of using economic force to facilitate the annexation of our country, has broken trust between our two nations in a profound way. It is a betrayal of a deep and abiding friendship. Albertans have bonds of family and friendship and business with Americans that span well over 100 years of shared history. We have always appreciated and shared the American ideals of entrepreneurship and free markets and civil liberties. Albertans, like so many Americans, also feel a strong sense of identity and are fiercely independent, as our fellow Canadians are well aware. But let there be no mistake, as independent as we are, Albertans are strong and loyal Canadians. Thousands of Albertans have lost their lives fighting alongside our fellow Canadians to secure and protect our freedoms and our country. And we will not cast those freedoms and loyalties aside in response to the threat of economic pressure from a foreign government, even an historically friendly one. Albertans will decide our own destiny, free of coercion from any government. So today I'm announcing the following measures in response to the actions of the U.S. president.
Actually, she's the third part of the show. No, we're not. I'm not even done yet. I'm just halfway through. I'm just halfway through this bullshit. Okay, let me think for a second. Let me just give a thought here. Because I mean, I know you're kind of under shock for the COVID bullshit. A planned scenario to kill Canadians by the Canadian government and American government, to kill Americans and Canadians on the broadcast. I just brought this out to you. You're probably under shock right now of how in depth these fucks were to kill people. But it's not in. Oh no. No, I'm not ending there. No, I'm not ending there.
Rhodes University campus, waterfront in Victoria, property next to the legislature, Discovery Island Provincial Park, and Souk Mountain Provincial Park. In total, about 334,000 acres of Crown land may be transferred to 5 Vancouver Island First Nations, finalizing treaties.
This is a betrayal of our core democracy here in British Columbia. British Columbians as a whole, all of us own this province. We should have a say.
Approximately 30 parcels of Crown land would be transferred to the nations. Lawyer Jeffrey Moyes spent decades advising the province on Aboriginal law.
There was no requirement to renegotiate the Douglas treaties. So I think it was a political choice.
The BC legislature's website states the Douglas treaties, along with Treaty 8, which was signed in 1899 between the federal government and Indigenous peoples and included the northeast area of the province, are the only historic treaties in British Columbia.
Now, you understand, this United Nations unelected body, follow me here, this falls into the Agenda 2030 program from the United Nations, an unelected body, okay? David Eby, Premier of British Columbia, after already the COVID-19 bullshit of killing Canadians and killing Americans and the whole fucking 9 yards. Now they're slipping in this bullshit.
They're not renegotiating the Douglas treaties. They're adding on modern treaty accoutrement to those agreements, right? But my point is, there's no legal requirement like to deal with Aboriginal title or any of that because it's already been dealt with.
Among concerns that transferred lands would essentially become private property with no legal requirement to preserve public access or adhere to existing zoning.
This is an ongoing theme from this provincial government of not having public consultation when it matters. And it's really eroding democratic oversight in this province.
The NDP must immediately halt all land transfers.
Global News requested an interview with BC's Indigenous Relations Minister, Spencer Chandra Herbert, but he did not make himself available. Catherine Urquhart, Global News.
Oh, yeah, baby. Didn't want to make himself known. Had no comment. To yours truly, the public, over this enormous land grab in British Columbia. You hear this, ladies and gentlemen? Do you get it? Do you get what the fuck is happening? They've moved from one to the other in Canada.
To those agreements, right? But my point is, there's no legal requirement like to deal with Aboriginal title or any of that because it's already been dealt with.
Among concerns that transferred lands would essentially become private property with no legal requirement to preserve public access or adhere to existing zoning.
This is an ongoing theme from this provincial government of not having public consultation when it matters. And
okay, but I mean, when Alberta independence, now get this, okay? Alberta independence came up with, we want to separate from the federal government bullshit, okay? And the chiefs, they come up there and they say, oh, there was no consultation to the chiefs over Alberta independence, okay? You understand? And then in British Columbia, there's no consultation for the people in this province over what the fuck was happening with the EB land grab. Well, I, for one, am saying because I was born in this province, what the fuck? EB, where's the consultation, you bitch? Where's the consultation, you motherfucker? Is that not clear enough for you? Oh, but it was all behind closed doors about the Indian land grab and the United Nations bullshit. Just like COVID-19. Bullshit. Oh, and then the federal government comes out with Bill C9 and all the rest of that bullshit. Oh, you got to be quiet regarding hate speech. Hate speech. There's no hate speech here. This is bullshit. This is treason on Canadians. This is treason on Canadians. There is no bullshit here. Straight up. Straight up. Treason on Canadians. Not to mention murder. Not to mention the rest of it. First-degree murder charges, bitch. First degree. And then more information is coming out on Trudeau connected to the what was it? What was it? The Eptic farm, the fucking let me see if I can dig it up. This is who was in government. Let me see if I can dig it up for you. Let me see. Let me see if I can dig it up here. No. Let me see if I can dig it up for you. Trudeau, that fucking cocksucker. That fucking cocksucker. Let me see if I can dig it up here. On the well, I can't seem to dig it up. I'll dig a little further. Let me see if I can dig a little further. On our big Prime Minister, Mr. fucking Trudeau. Okay? And I'm going to get into that too. Before I go any further, you're invited to stand with Helen Cruz. Helen Cruz. Helen Cruz, Tuesday, August the 18th. You're invited to be there. Open to the public. Helen Cruz. You know who Helen Cruz is, right? I'll get into that story at a later date. Let me see if I can find this thing on Trudeau. On Trudeau being a part of the farm. Like he was a part of the Epstein files. Trudeau. This fucking piece of shit. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see here. Let's see if I can find it. Holy fuck. She's giving me a hard time, ladies and gentlemen. It's out there. Buried. No, I can't find it. Trudeau, a part of the that farm, that pig farmer, the pig farmer. You know, he's part of that shit, part of the Epstein files. Trudeau. Can't find it. I'll have to do another show on that piece of shit. Trudeau being a part of the pig farmer. And he was going to let the cat out of the bag, and then he was killed in jail. Mysteriously unbelievable, eh? Yeah. I guess if you have enough money, you can kill anybody. I would love to find that piece where he's a part of the Epstein file and the pig farmer bullshit. What was his name again? Picton. Robert Picton on the Lower Mainland. Unbelievable. But I believe it because Trudeau's a piece of scum. He's a fucking piece of scum. That Trudeau motherfucker. He's a total piece of scum. I would love to find it. I would love to find the piece I seen on Trudeau being a part of the piece of scum. Picton. The Picton farm. But I can't seem to find it. And I shared it out there. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, baby. Let me give it a good go here. No, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go into Patriots United Canada. Let's see if I can find this piece of scum in here. Yeah. No, I can't find him. I guess it pays to have a lot of fucking money. You know? Piece of fucking scum. Trudeau was connected to the Picton farm on social media. Piece of fucking filth. And I don't mind saying it. There's a documentary on the Picton farm. And Freeland as well. See, that's the thing about Canada. That's the thing about Canada. Okay? If you have enough money, you can buy off the cops, you can buy off the justice system, You can do whatever the fuck you want in Canada. You can be an immigrant. You can fly into the country. Even if you're a terrorist, you can get a fucking visa, you know? Oh yeah, we're all for all that shit in Canada. If you want to be a real criminal in Canada, no problem. If you want to set up a big syndicate in Canada and you have the money, no problem. Only there's a few cops out there that do their job in Canada. There's a few cops out there that do their job in Canada. Some of this shit doesn't go unnoticed. Some of this fucking shit comes to light. Like the border guard, the border guy, he was a border guard in protecting the border. He was a, what do you call it, a border, I don't know what you call him, border officer. He was paid off. He was letting fentanyl and all that shit coming into Canada. Big drug ring busted in Canada. And he was a part of it. He was a brown-nosed raghead motherfucker on the border, paid off, letting this shit into Canada. Just part of the equation. If you have enough money, you can buy these fuckers off with the right price. They don't have any honor. Just give me $1. I'll fucking go along with it. Fucking rights. If you have enough money to pay me off, I'll let all that shit into this country for the right dollar, including Trudeau. If you have enough money, you can buy your way into anything, right? Oh yeah. If you have enough money, we can do anything we want in Canada. Fuck the law. If you have enough money, we can do whatever we want. But somebody tips off somebody and finds shit out in Canada. But in the meantime, with all this bullshit, we have this double standard of these fucking cops in Canada that the RCMP recruited. Okay? You know how many cops faced criminal charges in Canada within the last 5 years? I'll leave that to your education. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, there's a lot of shit going on in Canada. They haven't they haven't reached the peak yet. There's lots going on. There's lots going on in Canada. And David Eby, the Premier of Canada, taking its marching orders from the WHO or the United Nations bullshit in Canada for Agenda 2030. Bullshit. Going on in Canada. the whole COVID-19 fucking thing, I just exposed everything. I just exposed every medical health officer in Canada, not to mention all the premiers that were in office at the time. All of these motherfuckers, including Trudeau, knew that those jabs were going to kill people. Government. And I've been telling you for over 11 years, government is very corrupt. Not to mention, how many people are facing homelessness today in Canada? Not to mention the billions of dollars being sent out of the country by fucking Carney. Okay? Not to mention the double take that Danielle Smith is playing on the fence with the separation of Alberta from a corrupt government. Not that they want to join America, just separation from a corrupt fucking government. And look at the bullshit. Look at the fucking bullshit they're playing on Canadian Albertans over this bullshit. So I ask you, I ask all you Canadians out there, are you fucking tuned in yet? Oh, no. Sorry. We have only, what do we have? 29 of you in here. 29 of you very concerned Canadians. 29. And I just proved to you on this broadcast about the setup they played on all of you Canadians over this COVID bullshit and the fucking land grab on this bullshit. I just proved to you, all of you. What the fuck? Oh, but first, first I want to play something for all you liberal motherfuckers out there.
Fuck all the people who done you wrong. You carried that pain for far too long. Every lie, every knife in your back made you stronger when they thought you'd crack. They tried to break you, drag you down, tried to steal your smile and take your crown. But look at you now, you're still standing tall. You learn how to rise every time you fall. Let them talk, let them say what they like. We walk through the dark, now we're ready to fight. No looking backwards, no running away. We're taking our lives back, starting today. Rise above them, this is our fight. Through the darkest days, we'll find the light. Hold your head high, make your future clear. Never fear when hope is near. Fuck all the people who done you wrong. You carry that pain for far too long. Every lie, every knife in your back made you stronger when they thought you'd crack. They tried to break you, drag you down, tried to steal your smile and take your crown. But look at you now, you're still standing tall. You learn how to rise every time you fall. Let them talk, let them say what they like. We walk through the dark, now we're ready to fight. No looking backwards, no running away. We're taking our lives back, starting today. Rise above them, this is our fight. Through the darkest days, we'll find the light. Hold your head high, make your future clear. Never fear when hope is near.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of mixed messages on here. I'm getting a lot of mixed messages on the broadcast. And let me address some of these mixed messages that we have on the broadcast, where there's only 29 of you in here. You can direct your question at me if you want to. Maybe you didn't understand the broadcast today. Maybe it's over your head. Maybe something didn't come clear to you today about my broadcast. So for the next few minutes, I'm going to do a Q&A on your comments here. Okay? Go ahead. You can, and my number, if you want to be on the show, I said earlier on the show, my number is 306 231 2314. If somehow you need to talk to me, if something was not clear to you, because I want this broadcast to be very fucking clear to all you Canadians that are watching the broadcast. Americans, you can call into 306 231 2314. If there was some misconnection of your brain connecting the dots to what I've explained to you today, then feel free. You can call me. I'm not going to end the broadcast just yet. Just if you feel like you need to reach out to me, my number is 306 231 2314. If you feel that you have to reach out to me, feel free. If there was some misconnection to what I did today on the broadcast, and you feel that you're offside or something, feel free. My phone line is open. If you think that I'm off base or something, or I'm out of touch, or it's a conspiracy theory, or some shit that you think that you missed, you feel free to phone me. 306 That's my area code. 306-231-2314. If you feel that the show was misrepresented, or if you're in the dark about Agenda 2030, if for some reason you don't feel that I properly represented Canadians or the government, you want to say your piece, by all means. 306-231-2314. It's there in the comments. If you feel that I didn't say enough or said too much, or you don't get it or something, now's your time. I'm talking to you, all Canadians, all Americans. If you feel that something was left out of this conversation, by all means, I'm willing to hear what you have to say. Okay? Honestly, it's out there. The number's out there. You can call me 306-231-2314. I'm here. I would love for you to call me. If you like the broadcast, if you feel that the show was up your alley, now's your time to call in, get some balls. 306-231-2314. I'm not going to leave you out. Come on, guys. Get up off the couch. Quit eating potato chips. Go ahead. You got a phone. Come on. 306-231-2314. This is the Rudy Bruce broadcast. You're live on the air.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I just thought I'd come in and give you some support.
What's your name?
You know who I am, brother. I came and met you at that the truck stop there with my crew, remember?
Wolverine.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, brother. I just want to say good show, very informative. Fuck all the haters, all right? Don't let them get you down, brother. You're doing good.
I don't let him get me down, Wolverine. How are you doing? How's the weather out there? You're in Ontario.
Yeah, it's actually doing really good out here right now. Yeah, the cannabis crop is doing good.
Right on.
No, I just wanted to say, you know what? Don't let these Karens and haters get you down, bro. You know, you're better than that. You always have been, and you know, I'm good. I'm glad we had a talk last night. about, EB and what he's doing and the land grab and all that.
He's a
crap.
goddamn
I'll
traitor.
discuss that tonight.
He's a goddamn traitor.
Oh, I know he is.
Treason.
I know.
Treason to Canadians.
I hear you.
Right out there.
But there's many other organizations. I'm not going to list them right here and now that are, prevalent, working alongside with him in regards to the land grabs, and it does. It goes all the way back up to the Trudeau government, King Charles, everything.
Yeah, Wolverine, let me take this call from Calgary, Alberta. Calgary, how you doing?
Hey, good.
Who we got here on the line?
It's Tracy.
Tracy, how you doing?
Good. Just wanted to tell you I loved your show tonight.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. You're calling from Calgary?
Yep.
How's the weather out there?
It's been really rainy. We needed it.
Oh, damn rights.
Yeah.
What do you think about the show
since we have
tonight?
Thunderstorms.
What do you think about Sunday's show?
I missed a lot of it, unfortunately.
Oh.
I've got to go back and watch it. It's Tracy.
Tracy, yeah.
Good. How are you?
I'm perfect.
No, your show was awesome tonight.
Right on. Right on, Tracy. You're a big fan of the broadcast.
Yeah, I watch it a lot.
Right on. Right on. Today, we exposed the entire COVID-19 bullshit. And that
bullshit from day one.
we exposed the plan. And all these health ministers were in on it. And the whole 9 yards.
COVID-19 was all about population control.
Oh, definitely. That meant killing Canadians.
Yep.
A lot of Canadians were killed in Canada because of COVID-19 bullshit. Right?
Yep. Oh, yeah, millions.
Okay, Tracy. Thank you for calling in, supporting the broadcast.
Hey,
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Darren from Manitoba. Darren, how are you?
Are you still live? I wasn't sure. I'm a bit behind. I had to pause.
We're still live, bro.
Okay. I'm at the part where you were searching on the internet. I believe you mean the Picton Pig Farm is what you were looking for. Did you find it already?
No, I didn't find it. I saw it, but I didn't find it. I was going to put it up there.
Picton Pig Farm.
Yeah, I know. Picton Pig Farm. He was in there, and I couldn't find the piece.
Many municipal staffers and zoning people and all that. That was and it's out there, but you won't find it when you're going through what's out for the public. You won't.
No, I saw it, and it was there, and I tried to bring it up, and I lost it.
Yeah, no,
how are you doing, Darren?
Well, I don't ever tell anybody good.
Darren, this ladies and gentlemen, this is Darren from Manitoba. He's going through the land grab situation, the racketeering thing from the RM in Manitoba. Darren, you're on air.
Oh, thank you, Rudy. I appreciate that. It was a very somber weekend because on Friday they completed the final removal of the they're probably 1980 versions of mobile home 70-footers that they're not supposed to be going up and down the roads. They're made for final destinations, and they're beautifully kept units. I have pictures, public pictures on my Facebook, Darren Sarapu Facebook, the before and afters, and it's just disgusting what they've done. But we do have some positives. We've got them on record, on record, video, saying that they had a warrant instead of a court order, and then admitting that they didn't, and also breaking into buildings and structures, picking locks, which is not legal, even with court orders, all legal advice. But even just looking up, actually, that's where that AI is actually coming to be a positive tool. And I have my questions about it in long term, but AI is good to ask questions about general concerns about people. And one thing is that even with court orders, picking locks and entering buildings, even with a court order, is supposed to be under extreme emergencies only. And they randomly did it to several of my people here, my tenants. And I didn't even catch it because they were kind of keeping me away. But some of my tenants, by seeing the videos, said, "Why is my door open to my shed was full of tools and whatnot, TVs, tools, all kind of things. Why is my shed door open?" And there was no sheds in any court orders. There was only trailers and mobile homes. They all been removed. But what's left is a disaster.
Yeah, we're following that story, Dennis. And I'm going to have you back on the broadcast hopefully this Friday. And
okay. Yeah,
and we'll go through that that bullshit.
Yeah, I'm also very. I just have to check with my legal team on how it will work with the lawsuit coming up in March. But I am very seriously considering a run for Reeve, which Reeve is like mayor. Apparently, I've looked at the municipal act. You can use the municipalities can use either term, Reeve or mayor, directly against the Reeve of this municipality, because there's rumors abound that he is on a mission to bankrupt me and my family business of 80 years. So I believe that's grounds that I almost have to check on a few things, and plus, like I tell everybody that I've been talking to about this, it wouldn't only be just to address my issues that they've been foisting on my father and myself. I was born and raised in this community. I did go away. I traveled all across Canada, United States, with the profession that I was in. But this is my home. It is my 98-year-old family home, and I feel like not only could I represent or try to address the wrongdoings of what's happened here, but even just a few little getting the word out. I've heard so many issues that have been going on in the last, probably since the scamdemic era, that have been going on by this sitting council, and it's not acceptable. It's just
Yeah,
not.
I agree with you. I agree with you totally. I agree with you totally. We have lots to cover, Dennis. We're gonna get you on the show Friday.
Darren, it's
Darren, sorry, Darren. I get it a little mixed up. But Darren, we're gonna get you on the show on Friday for an update of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you calling in.
Pleasure to be on your show.
Okay, Darren. Okay, my friend.
Thanks, Rudy.
Okay, my friend.
Take care, man.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my lines are open. 306-231-2314. Let's call Scamdemic Sunday Show. To all my Karens out there, To all my Karens out there.
Fuck all the people who done you wrong. You carried that pain for far too long. Every lie, every knife in your back made you stronger when they thought you'd crack. They tried to break you, drag you down, tried to steal your smile and take your crown. But look at you now, you're still standing tall. You learn how to rise every time you fall. Let them talk, let them say what they like. We walk through the dark, now we're ready to fight. No looking backwards, no running away. We're taking our lives back, starting today. Rise above them, this is our fight. Through the darkest days, we'll find the light. Hold your head high, make your future clear. Never fear when hope is near.
Maybe I should say that to all the liberals. Maybe I should say that to all the liberals in Canada. All you liberal motherfuckers. Maybe I should directly say it to all the liberal motherfuckers. They're out there supporting Carney and the liberal motherfuckers. Maybe that's who I should be directing it to.
Fuck all the people who done you wrong. You carried that pain for far too long. Every lie, every knife in your back made you stronger when they thought you'd crack. They tried to break you, drag you down, tried to steal your smile and take your crown. But look at you now, you're still standing tall. You learn how to rise every time you fall. Let them talk, let them say what they like. We walk through the dark, now we're ready to fight. No looking backwards, no running away. We're taking our lives back, starting today. Rise above them, this is our fight. Through the darkest days, we'll find the light. Hold your head high, make your future clear. Never fear when hope is near.
Okay, I'll tell you another thing, okay? In the United States, from Sturgis, the biker gathering in Sturgis is headed to a town in U.S. to tell the Muslims to basically fuck off. And this is happening in the United States. The bikers are going to a town in the United States to tell the fucking Muslims to fuck off, and they're going to hold a pig roast and all that shit. And I'm waiting for the rest of the story. Oh, baby. I'm waiting for the rest of the story. For the bikers to do their move, to make their statement in the United States. And I tell you, if you're not paying attention, pay attention, because the Rudy Bruce broadcast is going to get involved in everything that's going on in the biker movement in the United States, telling the Muslims and their fucking Sharia law and all their fucking bullshit to fuck off. Okay? And all you Canadians had better grab a set of balls and pay attention to what the fuck is happening. Because now we've moved on from the Freedom Convoy to something a little different. And I want you to pay attention to what the fuck is happening. And I'm not letting the cat out of the bag yet. But I'm following the story. You know, where the bikers are making a move in Canada. Making a move in the USA. The bikers are making a move in the USA. Okay? In the next couple days. And it's going to be all over my social media in the Rudy Bruce broadcast and all that shit. Something is happening and you don't seem to get it because your fucking Canadian sleeping heads are fucking sleeping and not following along with what the fuck. But I'm telling you something, guys. Telling you something. Okay? This Agenda 2030 bullshit is going to get challenged. Okay? All this COVID-19 bullshit and all the rest of the bullshit. The government is sleeping, thinking that it's okay to fuck Canadians. I don't think you're awake yet. I don't think you're fully awake to what the fuck is actually happening. You know, there's a lot of people that are saying, wait the fuck a minute here. What the fuck? You know, you people are just sort of, I don't know. But I'm telling you, there's some shit about to happen. And you guys are sleeping at the wheel. You know, you should be paying more attention to social media and what the fuck is happening in both US and Canada. A lot of you are scared to put up a comment because you're afraid. You're afraid. You're afraid to call in. You're afraid. You're afraid. You're afraid to stand up and call in. And you're afraid to get yourself out there. You're afraid. You don't want to jeopardize your job, or you don't want to jeopardize your reputation, whatever that is. You're afraid. You're afraid. That's what it is. You're afraid. You got your fucking tail between your legs and you're afraid. That's what it is. That's what it is to be a Canadian. Do I look like I'm afraid? Do I look like I give a flying fuck? In 11 years, I'm going to be point blank with you. In 11 years of broadcasting my broadcast, I have not been arrested. No caller ID. Hello. You're calling the Rudy Bruce broadcast live.
Are you live? Is this live?
You're calling the Rudy Bruce broadcast live.
Okay, this is live? No caller ID.
Live.
Okay.
And you're calling with no
Now,
caller. You're calling with no caller ID.
Yeah, but I need to straighten you out. You're
But
full of BS.
the broadcast is in the background. And so I'm getting a lot of backfeed from my broadcast. So you got to turn the broadcast down.
You're calling with no caller. Okay. I
just want to get this very clear. Your background is flooding out your call.
Okay, you got to get this clear.
Okay, now I'm getting you. I'm getting you.
In what you're saying.
Just a minute. What's your name?
Douglas again.
Douglas. Okay, Douglas. I'm getting you
I'm getting pissed off at you.
Okay, but I'm getting you clear now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you're full of BS and what this here shit that you're spreading around there.
Like what?
Your whole program I've been listening to, and you just ticked me right off now.
No. Specifically, what is it exactly that you missed in the broadcast?
It's not that I missed. You are misleading people.
Okay, how am I misleading people in the broadcast?
Because you're not speaking the truth. You're giving them a bunch of BS.
In which category?
In what you have been saying.
Such as?
Your whole program.
No, I mean specifically, Douglas. I've heard you before, Douglas. Specifically, what it is exactly that you think I'm misleading the public?
Because you're not lifting Canada up. Carney is not what you're making him out to be. That's misleading.
What am I making Carney out to be?
Well, you're saying he's just a puppet of Trudeau's. That's not true.
Okay, so if he gives what is it, 29 million to Ukraine, and that's a fact. Is that not a fact, Douglas?
That is a fact, but do you know that?
Okay, but wait a minute.
Canada supports
Just a minute. Carney has given 29 million to Ukraine, right? You agree with that, right?
I do, but
okay.
I know why.
Okay, just a minute. Now, with the number of homeless and the number of people going to a food bank in Canada, the government's top priority is supposed to be to the people of Canada. And that's who he's supposed to be representing. So why is he giving $29 million to Ukraine?
Because we have our agreement with them.
We have what?
Our agreement with Ukraine.
What's our agreement with Ukraine? That we're going to get in bed with Ukraine and defeat Russia? Exactly. What agreement are we talking about here?
What is that called? The memorandum agreement?
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What agreement are you talking about with Ukraine that we would give all of taxpayers' money to Ukraine over the fact that we have all this homelessness and people going to food banks and all of the immigration bullshit? What exactly are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Budapest Memorandum.
What is that exactly? What is that? What exactly is that?
That's an agreement that is, Canada signed with all the countries, in Ukraine and Hungary and Russia and United States and even the United Kingdom.
And that's through the United Nations?
No.
Oh, that's a separate thing. You're talking about a separate thing from the United Nations thing, something else, something I'm unaware of. Why don't you enlighten me as to what exactly you're talking about?
Have you never heard of the Budapest Memorandum?
No.
Could you please research it?
Okay, no. You're telling me something that you're experienced on. So you're telling me that a Prime Minister of Canada signed something with exactly, what did you call it again?
The Budapest Memorandum.
Okay, the Budapest Memorandum. You're telling me about this Budapest Memorandum that a Prime Minister of Canada signed.
Yes.
Okay. What exactly is the Budapest Memorandum? Enlighten me.
Good. I thought I did.
No. I don't know anything about this. What is this Budapest Memorandum that you're telling me about that Canadians didn't even vote for? Why don't you tell me how a Prime Minister of Canada signs a declaration that Canadian taxpayers never signed for? Okay? And I'm this is the first I've heard about this.
Okay. I'll enlighten you to some degree.
Please do.
The memorandum signed it was signed in Petrina Hall at the Budapest Congress Center with U.S. Ambassador Donald Blinken, amongst others in attendance. This is what it does. It prohibits Russia, the United States, and the United Kingdom from threatening or using military force on economic coercion against Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan, except in self-defense or otherwise in accordance with a charter of the as a result of the memorandum and other agreements between 1993 and 1996, Belarus and Ukraine gave up their nuclear weapons. That's what happened. They give up their nuclear weapons for countries to protect them. You need to do your research, Rudy.
No, Douglas. No, wait a minute. I'm getting into this. I'm hearing what you're saying, okay?
Okay.
So Canada signed an agreement with Ukraine?
Yes, and other countries signed it as well.
Okay.
You need to research.
Okay. No.
Research.
You're knowledgeable on this. You're up here telling me about this. Okay. Now you're up here telling me about this agreement that Canada, without an elected thing from the people, that Canada, with no knowledge of this agreement, signed a declaration to Ukraine. When was this signed exactly?
I believe it was in 1994, I think.
Okay. So you're telling me that 1994 there was a declaration signed. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's follow this. Let's follow this, okay? Russia invaded Ukraine, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Ukraine was invaded by Russia because there was a misdealing with Ukraine public in Ukraine. Russia took steps and invaded Ukraine. Okay. Now, just off the top of the iceberg, is Ukraine going to defeat Russia?
I believe so, yeah.
Ukraine is going to defeat Russia.
I hope so.
Okay. Now, let me clarify this. Russia has nuclear armaments. Ukraine does not have any nuclear armaments, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you think still, with the fact that Russia has nuclear armaments, Ukraine does not have any nuclear armaments, that Russia is going to be defeated by Ukraine?
Yeah. I don't believe in a nuclear war is going to happen.
Okay. Okay. I don't mean to put you down or anything. I'm asking a simple question. Again, I'll ask a simple question again. Do you think that Ukraine is going to defeat Russia and Russia has nuclear armaments?
I can't really answer that.
No, you did before. You said that Russia's going to defeat Ukraine.
I can give you my
No.
opinion.
I asked you twice and you said yes. Ukraine is going to defeat Russia.
That's it. That's my opinion. I believe that.
Your opinion. Okay. But I asked you a third time and now you're giving me this third degree. I'm just saying simply, do you think Russia is going to be defeated by Ukraine?
In my opinion, yes. And don't call me simple.
No, I don't mean disrespect. I'm asking a simple question. Okay, so point blank, okay, in a matter of warfare, okay, you think that Ukraine is going to defeat Russia?
In my opinion, I'm giving you my honest opinion, and I'm saying yes.
Now, what gives you that opinion? That Ukraine would have a chance?
That are supporting Ukraine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
A lot of countries are supporting Ukraine.
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay? You know about Chernobyl. Do you know about Chernobyl?
About who?
Chernobyl.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know about Chernobyl?
No.
About the nuclear plant that exploded and it was under nuclear power and Chernobyl exploded and Chernobyl is a dead zone?
In China?
No, Chernobyl.
Okay.
That's near Russia.
Okay.
Okay, Chernobyl was a power plant that exploded because of a nuclear incident, and the whole area is fucked. Chernobyl is uninhabitable to this day. Okay? Now, Russia has nuclear armament. Okay? You know that nuclear armament means that if they were going to push the button, that all hell breaks loose, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Canada, with Trudeau and with Carney, is funding an ongoing war and a never-ending war, a propaganda war with Ukraine, and they're stealing their men off the streets in Ukraine. They're stealing men off the streets of Ukraine to fight their war. Now, if it really came down to it, and Russia pushed a button, that Ukraine would be totally fucked. Do you understand that?
Okay.
So if Russia wanted to absolutely say fuck Ukraine, they could do it. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
That if they really wanted to say, okay, fuck Ukraine, and just like Hiroshima. You know about Hiroshima, World War II, where they sent nuclear bombs there, right? That would fuck it, and that would be the end of it. Okay? You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
That if Russia, because it has nuclear armaments, they could send a nuke into Ukraine and fuck Ukraine completely. Okay? End of story. End of story. Okay? The next counter move to that would be, like you say, the United Nations or America or whoever has nuclear armaments would push another button and say, okay, let's nuke Russia. Right? Right? And then the next counter move to that would be Russia sending a bunch of nukes all over the planet. Okay? You understand that, right? Okay. So you tell me again, do you think Ukraine is going to defeat Russia?
Yeah, I do. There would be too much international backlash if
You know what
Russia
you're
ever did.
causing? Do you know what you're
If Russia
causing?
ever did use nuclear atomic weapons.
You're not at all a military mind. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Hang on. I think we got it back. I think we got it back. I think so. Hang on. We're looking here. Hang on. Okay, we're back. We're back live. We're back live. Okay. Okay, we're back live. They just killed the show. We're back live. Oh, baby. They killed the show. The algorithm killed the show. But we're back. We're back. We're back live. We're back live, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the true numbers are on the broadcast. You're back. I'm back. Isn't that interesting, eh? As soon as I said Ukraine is not going to defeat Russia, that all that shit comes out, nuclear armament, the whole bit, and they cut the broadcast. Right? Interesting, eh? How they want to manipulate the public. Douglas, if you're still out there, you can call back. I wasn't through with Douglas's statements. Okay. I'm going to take this feed from here to here. Okay. Douglas, if you're still out there, I didn't cut you off. The feed went dark because they're trying to shut me up on social media. Okay? We're at 32 in here. I'm here. Still here, baby. So I'm going to play a song. I'm going to play a song here. Just to give it a minute.
Allergy symptoms. You feel terrible.
No, just to give it a minute. I'm going to play a song here. Supposedly to my Karens, okay? All my Karens out there. All my Karens out there.
Been beat down, but I don't stay low. Got mud on my jeans, still ready to go. Every scar's a story that I survived. I've been through hell, but I'm still alive. They said, slow down, boy, don't go too fast. But I ain't never been one to live in the past. I keep moving forward, never looking back, with a worn out hat and a 6-string strap. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down. I was born to rise, so kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk.
Okay, without going through all the music, I'm back. We have 32 of you in here. I think I'm back. Say I'm back. I see your broadcast in the comments. I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a big glitch with Douglas on the phone. The phone number is up there if you want to call. If you want to call, there's the number. I'm back. And let's share it out there. We have 32 of you in here. I'm back. A big Sunday show. I'm back. Oh, yeah, when we were talking about Ukraine beating Russia. Oh, yeah, they killed the broadcast. I'm back. If you want to call in, the number's right there. If you want to have something to say, the number's right there. If you have an opinion, Douglas, if you're still out there, I'm back. You were cut off. I didn't do it. We're back live. You know, we're back live, ladies and gentlemen. It's Awakening Day, Sunday. After everything I brought to you, the COVID-19 scamdemic, the fucking David Eby fucking land grab, the whole fucking shebang. Okay? I'm here. You're there. Okay? Share it out there, ladies and gentlemen. The number's there. I'm live. I'm right here. No, the algorithm cut me off. Or some shit. They just cut me off. I'm back. All of a sudden, everything went dark. I'm back. I'm back online, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. We have 29 in here, apparently. I'm getting the word out there big time on Sunday, August the 16th. I'm broadcasting on TELUS. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still here. I'm still broadcasting. 29 of you in here now on this broadcast Sunday, August the 16th. I'm still here. I'm still here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to call in to the broadcast, there's the number. There's the number, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to call in. You want to talk to me about my broadcast so far, what I've put out to you. You have something to say? I would love to hear from you. There's the number. I would love to hear from you, Canadians. About the corrupt government and what it's doing to Canadians. Are you homeless? Are you facing homelessness? Are you pissed off about the high price of groceries? Are you pissed off about the high price of gas? Are you fucking pissed off? You think Ukraine has a chance against Russia? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to my viewers. Okay? Sunday, I'm talking to my viewers. Right? This is your chance. Get up off your ass. Stop eating potato chips. Stop being scared. This is your chance, ladies and gentlemen. Voice your opinion. I'm giving you a platform. I'm giving you part of my show. I'm giving you the chance to speak out. You know, so all Canadians can hear what you have to say about Canada. Right? Besides Carney stepping up to the podium to talk about bullshit. Or David Eby talking bullshit. Or Danielle Smith talking about bullshit. This is your chance, ladies and gentlemen. 11 years of broadcasting. Here you go. Here's your chance. Come on. Talk. Speak out. This is your chance. And we have 33 of you in here. 33 Canadians. So anxious. So concerned about your country. Right? So concerned about the fucking bullshit that's happening in Canada. You're okay with this. Silence is okay with this. The number's there. 306 231 2314. Let me hear it, Canadians. How concerned are you about Canada right now? All the people going to a food bank, all the people living in a tent, all the people that are faced with hardship beyond fucking reason here. Seniors living in a tent. Really? Seriously? Are Canadians okay with that shit? Now's your time to speak out. Where's that number again, Kevin? Let me hear that number again. Silence is golden. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this. Silence is golden. Yeah, look at this shit. There's the number. If you want to call, you can call me. My phone line is open right now. If you're fucking got some balls, okay, Canadians, there's the phone line. There's the number. There it is. There it is, Canadians. What have I brought you so far? The scamdemic. The big scamdemic of Canada. The COVID son of a bitch fucking COVID-19 scamdemic. Okay? Fuck me. How many Canadians did it kill? How many? Hundreds. How many people are going to a food bank today? Hundreds. How many fucking people are facing homelessness today in Canada? Hundreds. Hundreds. Thousands. Thousands. There's the number. If you have something to say, you can phone in. You can share out the broadcast. You can do whatever. I'm back. I'm back. There's the number. If you want to phone in and you have something to say, there's the number. Get up off your ass. There it is. There it is. All you Canadians. I'm waiting for another call. I'm waiting for another call from one of you Canadians to say whatever you want to say. Come on, Canadians. Are you in touch with reality about what the fuck is going on? Hello, you're calling the Rudy Bruce broadcast live.
Hey, Rudy. This is the great Keith. So how you doing?
Who we got here?
Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Yeah.
Keith
Listen,
Picard. How you doing, bro?
not bad. I heard that Trump was supposed to save us all.
Oh, my fuck. Excuse me while I step outside and have a laugh.
You can have one right there.
How you doing, Keith?
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, not bad, not bad. I've been following your broadcast, and I just got one thing to say. The whole thing here, the government wants to kill us. Okay, there's you heard of the Georgia Guidestones, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In that, they said they wanted the elite want to bring us down to 500 million. Okay? Not only that, but there's also that information that all these elites are building bunkers, and they're building extensive bunkers. You know,
Oh,
for them to
yeah.
hide in.
Oh, yeah.
In Ottawa, they dug a big hole in Ottawa. Remember that?
Yeah.
And they put what they did there was a big bunker for all the politicians that are working. Okay, so they can take their families down there, and whatever is coming, it's coming.
Yeah, I think it's time Canadians wake the fuck up.
Yeah, I heard that there's going to be a lot of earthquakes on the West Coast, and I heard that Yellowstone's going to go off.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, so I don't know how true any of this is, but I'm just saying that a lot of people are saying you better stock up on food because this winter there's going to be a big food shortage. Okay, so stock up on beans, like not those dry beans and flour and stuff like that. You know, rice is a good staple. It stays. You know, a long time. So yeah, it's not going to be a good thing. A lot of people are going to perish, but that's the way it is. Unless the people smarten up, and I don't like to say this, but tell the government where to get off, don't follow them, and whatever. And don't forget, we got these data centers being built in Alberta, a data center being built here in Saskatchewan, some in BC, and they take a lot of water to keep that data, you know, those cool.
Yeah.
And Daniel Smith is saying, "Oh, there's no worry, no worry." Do you know the security that they got for the data centers? You know what Fort Knox is like? Well, it's the security for the data centers is more than Fort Knox.
Yeah, yeah.
You can imagine what's going on.
You're fucking right.
So and this Daniel Smith, she's a piece of shit.
I gotta agree with you there.
Really, she screwed Albertans.
I gotta agree with you there, bro. I gotta agree with you there.
She lied to the people, you know, and then she kicked him in the head. You know, I'll tell you, I don't know how anyone can believe Daniel Smith anymore.
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And of course, we got Scott Moe here. He's an idiot, and I what I'd really like to know is how much kickbacks these politicians are getting.
I wonder, eh? I wonder what the kickback is on that shit.
Oh yeah, and like COVID was a lie, and the shot was to kill off the people.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But you know something? Canadians have their head up their fucking ass, and that's where it's going to stay.
Yeah.
Because most Canadians don't want to see what's really happening.
I know, they got their head up their ass.
Yeah, and their ass is full of shit.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kev. Okay, Pete,
Keith,
Keith,
I'll let you go.
my friend,
Yeah.
I hope you're okay.
Okay, bro. We'll catch you. I'll listen to the end of the broadcast, and we'll see you later.
Okay, Keith.
Bye for now.
Okay, ciao, buddy.
Yeah.
There are some people that are in tune with what the fuck is happening. You know, not afraid to speak out. You know, like, really? What year is it now? 2026. 2030 is only 4 years away. And the Canadian government hasn't stopped. Okay. They're still on the Agenda 2030 program with net zero and all this bullshit. And Canadians are struggling day to day, staying, I gotta pay the bills. I gotta keep from going homeless and the rest of that shit. Really? 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 Got to stay above the $5,000 a month income, holding down 2 jobs and staying above the bills and keeping up with the bills and all this fucking bullshit. You think it's normal? You think all this bullshit is normal? Pull your heads out of your asses, people. It's not fucking normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. All this bullshit in Canada is not normal. I gave you an entire scenario today on what the fuck. This isn't normal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not normal in Canada. Okay? I'm sorry to inform you, but this is not fucking normal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your time to get up off your ass. I'm giving you a chance to get up off your ass. Get up off your couch. Quit eating potato chips. And you can phone me. There's the number. This isn't normal, ladies and gentlemen. Your time is now. Engage. Engage. What the fuck is with you, Canadians? This is your time. Get your ass up off the couch. 11 years, over 11 years, I've been broadcasting my broadcast. Over 11 years, I've been calling the government out on its corruption and its bullshit. Over 11 years. And I've never been charged. Ever. You're calling the Rudy Bruce broadcast live.
They're calling the Rudy Booth podcast live.
Over 11 years.
Yeah.
And I've never been charged. Your background is you're listening to the broadcast and you're coming up double what do you call it what do you call it back feed. You have to turn the broadcast down.
It's not me.
The broadcast and you're coming up double.
No, it's not me. It's the guy speaking.
Yeah, that's me. That you have to turn the broadcast down so I can hear what you're saying.
So turn it down.
Okay, who have I got calling?
You got Cindy calling.
Cindy, hi. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Welcome to the broadcast live.
I agree.
Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Alberta.
You're calling from Alberta?
Yes.
And what would you like to say today?
Well, it's what Daniel Smith has done is bullshit. I mean, we're getting screwed here.
In what regard is Danielle Smith, to your opinion?
What do you mean? Sorry?
In what's your opinion, what has Danielle Smith done?
Well, one, nobody asked for these data centers. Nobody asked for any of this bullshit.
Regarding
her teaming up with Carney.
the net zero bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, we're all going to end up in the digital ID fucking bullshit here.
Okay, so you're calling on the AI data center bullshit.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with them. And I mean, even the COVID crap.
Yeah, but that was David, what the fuck was his name? Kenny, Premier Kenny?
David Eby?
No, that's British Columbia. Kenny was the premier of Alberta before Danielle Smith.
No, I agree, but
yeah, so Kenny was in charge when COVID came into effect. That was Kenny.
Yeah, well, Kenny can say all he wants, but I mean, he's
Danielle Smith came in after the fact.
Now Danielle Smith
teaming
up with Carney
is
not good for Alberta.
Jason Kenney. He was the premier before Danielle Smith, and he was the one in charge.
Kenny, I don't think we'll ever get back in.
Yeah, but
we threw him out.
Jason Kenney, he was the one when COVID hit. He was the premier of Alberta when that hit.
And there's a reason we threw him out, right?
Yeah.
But Danielle Smith backstabbed us.
Yeah, she takes up after the fact.
You know, that's why we're looking for independence. Because not enough people are waking up to what's going on and how the government wants to take control of everything.
Yeah, I agree with you totally.
You know,
I agree with you totally.
She backstabbed us.
Yeah, she did. That thing about putting the double question into the referendum question, that was automatically a betrayal.
A referendum for
a
referendum?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. That was a double
You know.
take. That was a double take. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly. I agree with you
And
totally.
I listened to an interview with Mr. Wonderful today, and Mr. Wonderful can shove it.
Which town, which community are you in?
I'm in Alberta,
Yeah, but which community are you in?
Edmonton.
You're in Edmonton. So you know what the hell is going on in Edmonton.
Yeah, we're being railroaded here, and I'm in no agreement with it. You know.
Yeah. You've noticed
Like
quite how long have you been
why
in
Daniel Smith? What
how
time is
long
he taking a
let me ask
referendum
you a
if we want
question.
these
Let me
data
ask
centers?
let me ask you a question. How long have you been in Edmonton?
Just over, well, all my life, actually.
Okay. So in all that time, you've noticed quite a change in Edmonton.
Oh, yeah.
What have you noticed in Edmonton in that time in the last 5 years? What have you
Drug
noticed in
abuse,
the last 5 years
needles,
in Edmonton?
everywhere. I won't take the transit. I won't do any of that anymore. I'm scared to leave the house.
So you've been
Some of the things
isolated
that's
in
going on
Edmonton.
in
You
Edmonton.
as an Edmontonian, you've been isolated in your house.
Well, I won't go anywhere without my husband now.
That wasn't like it was, say, 15 years ago.
No, before I got married and stuff, I had no fears.
Now,
Now, I won't. I won't travel the LRT. I won't travel alone.
yeah. So there's been a
Become
big
very
change
scary.
in Edmonton. And that was because of all the migrants, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. I get it.
Edmonton isn't what it used to be, and people think it's a safe community. It's far from safe.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. You were around when that episode happened in the West Edmonton Mall, right?
Yep.
What happened in West Edmonton Mall?
Are you talking about the guns and the
No, about the guy
shootings,
that
or
molested
which one are
these.
you talking
No,
about?
the
Because there's
the
been
guy
many
that
incidences at West
no,
Edmonton Mall.
no, about the guy that molested the girls in the pool.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
That's sick.
Yeah, what about that? What do you remember about the guy in West Edmonton Mall that molested those girls in the West Edmonton Mall pool?
Well, I think it's sick.
What happened to him?
Like, I mean, I don't go to West Edmonton Mall anymore.
Yeah, what happened to that guy?
To West Edmonton.
What happened to him?
What happened to him?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, actually. I think he got released.
So really, he wasn't deported. I don't remember.
No, he wasn't deported. No.
I don't remember anything about him being deported out of the country, and he was
I saw him
molesting
by the
kids in the
news, but I
pool.
mean, 'cause I don't do West Ed no more.
Yeah, but he was molesting
Buried.
girls. He was molesting girls in the pool, and he was never deported. And he was a
No, he
migrant.
wasn't deported. No.
And he was a migrant, right?
But how many people do get deported nowadays?
Well, but he was never deported, right?
No, not to my knowledge. No.
Not to my knowledge. So there's a two-tier system going on with Edmonton law, the Edmonton judges regarding migrants, right?
I would say yes.
Okay, there you go. So there's another little update, about migrants in Canada.
Like that just came out.
You know. Oh yeah,
People
yeah.
swimming in the pool with shit floating around them. Like, I mean,
Unreal.
The country's gone to shit.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Right?
Definitely. I want to thank you for calling into the broadcast, and I'm going to open up the lines again. And I want to thank you for calling in to the Rudy Brewers broadcast.
Yeah, just wanted to let you know that some of us are wide awake.
Very good. Very good.
And there's a reason why Alberta wants to leave.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, Rudy. Have a good night.
Now we have hello.
Rudy, are you still on there?
I'm calling. You're calling in live to the Rudy Bruce broadcast. This is Ken, isn't it?
Yeah, you're talking about the West Edmonton Mall. They deported. They didn't deport somebody that molested.
They didn't, or they did.
Deport them, did they? Molested them at West Edmonton Mall. Are you talking about that today?
No, that's just some of it. Did they deport that guy or no?
No.
No, they. There you go. He was a migrant. He was a migrant
that-
in the West Edmonton Mall, molesting kids in the pool, and they never deported this motherfucker. Right?
No. Well, the criminals rule have more power than the honest people in Canada.
There you go.
Look what happened to the damn ostriches there. They were never diseased or nothing. They were healthy. I read an article the other day that somebody wrote there. Maybe they got it from you. He said ostriches were totally healthy. There was not one thing. It was just some assholes that wanted them out of the way there.
Yeah, I know.
So they lied. They had a disease. Are you on? Are you still on today?
How are you doing, Ken?
Are you still online today or on the screen?
We're on live. We're on live.
Which one are you on? The one you talk about the ostriches or what? Or the one in the pool?
We're on live on YouTube and we're on live on Facebook.
Where would I find you on Facebook?
The Rudy Bruce broadcast.
I know, but what are you talking about? What subject? And
we brought the whole thing out today, Ken, about the COVID-19, about David Eby and the land grab and the whole fucking shebang. And you're calling in on all of that. Okay, so Ken has left the line. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to cut it there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut it there now. I am going to cut it there, okay? And I got a lot of shit here to go through, and here we are. Here we are.
Hello there. Thank you for joining.
No.
Us. This is the Rudy Bruce broadcast. You focus on the truth, I focus on the facts. People of Canada, your voice will speak a million strong. If we come together and fight what's going on. We got homeless people living in tents. Be compassionate, do not judge, because 200,000 of us are using food banks. Where's the pride? Where's the pride? Where's our money we slave for? They cover it up. The working man is living poor. Rudy has true leadership, speaking for the ones who are tired of this shit. Make the government officials get a grip, or everyone loses the respect. Something's wrong, open your eyes. They tell us lies, you're blinded to this and mowing your lawn. United, we stand, divided, we fall.
The time will come, the day is near, we will all march. So listen with your ears, we are not zombies or fresh meat. Let's grind up the government.
Oh, we have another caller. Hold on. Hi.
Hey, Rudy, you still on the air?
You're calling in live on the Rudy Bruce broadcast. We're right at the end of the broadcast. How are you doing, Glenn?
Nice. Yeah, it's Glenn Dumont out west here in Schittscoover. Out in BC here where that crazy SOB David Eby's giving away half the province to people who are on the gimme take and going to take all that money and head back to the liquor store and turn it back into taxes and give it back to the government.
Yeah, damn rights. How you doing, Glenn? How are you making out there?
It's been tough. I'm having a pretty good time. Like you're talking about this homelessness, I'm sleeping rough on the streets, man.
I hear you.
Yeah, and you know what the most crazy part is? All day, every day, I walk underneath the shadow of empty condominiums.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. And we have people living in tents in the wintertime and the summertime, and shit is going south.
Yeah, there's as many empty houses as there are people left in Vancouver. They priced everybody out of the market, and the houses are empty for the banks and the money mortgage and the pension funds to hold empty so that they have assets so they can borrow more money off of. There's something to backstop their loans on the foreign stock exchanges, and it's too expensive to live there. There's all these empty lots right on the main thoroughfare on the commercial street that they're not building anything yet because of the credit crunch, because it's too expensive to build, because it's a one-trick pony town. The only thing they know how to build is those high-rise condos that have empty apartments that then they can, sell out to foreigners or sell out to foreign companies and keep the people out of them. There is so few people left. I would say the population of Vancouver is half of what it was before COVID.
Yeah, Glenn, I'm gonna listen, Glenn. I wanna try and make the store before it closes. I'll call you after the show. I'll call you after the show.
All right. Well, listen, I just want to tell your whole audience, we could house every homeless person in Western Canada in the empty condos that are just in Vancouver alone. If you add the whole Lower Mainland, we could literally house, and probably 500,000 more immigrants too. Yeah. It is insane the amount of empty space that they have here.
Yeah.
All the empty lots, if they just said, okay, go ahead, build on it, none of this development, you have to build it to code, but you're okay.
Yeah.
We could house every homeless person in just the empty condos, the stuff that's already built. We've got a population deficit.
Yeah.
We don't need to build more homes. The whole community is drunk off of building more homes. They're drug addicts. The biggest drug addict of them all.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, Glenn, I'm gonna cut you off there. I gotta run to the store. So I'll call you when I get back.
Keep up the good work, man. We love your broadcast out here on the West Coast, man, friend.
I'll call you back. See how you're doing.
Hey, keep up the good work, man.
I'll call you back, and
the audience loves you.
I'll call you back.
It's all about the numbers, man. You're being shadow banned.
Fuck it.
You're touching people still, so you got to keep it up, my friend.
Okay. I'll call you back, Glenn. We'll be in touch.
No worries.
Okay, my friend.
Okay.
No, we'll go with this one. Okay.
Hello there. Thank you for joining us. This is the Rudy Bruce broadcast. You focus on the truth. I focus on the facts. People of Canada, your voice will speak a million strong. If we come together and fight what's going on. We got homeless people living in tents. Be compassionate, do not judge, because 200,000 of us are using food banks. Where's the pride? Where's the pride? Where's our money we slave for? They cover it up. The working man is living poor. Rudy has true leadership, speaking for the ones who are tired of this shit. Make the government officials get a grip, or everyone loses the respect. Something's wrong, open your eyes. They tell us lies, you're blinded to this and mowing your lawn. United, we stand, divided we fall. The time will come, the day is near, we will all march. So listen with your ears, we are not zombies or fresh meat. Let's grind up the government, make compost for the maple trees. Let's avenge the deaths of the ones who have fallen. Coronavirus, opioid, we're still trying. They thought they got away scot-free. We will get the last laugh, just wait and see. These talks we have on the broadcast will provide and guide. Let's do it fast. Taxpayers believe we live strong and free. Everyone does. Are you shitting me? Round of applause to you and yours for tuning in. We're opening doors. This is the real movement, people. Let's stand up, Canada, before we lose. They got away scot-free. We'll get the last laugh, just wait and see. These talks we have on the broadcast will provide the guide. Let's do it fast. Taxpayers believe we live strong and free. Everyone does. Are you kidding me? Round of applause to you and yours for tuning in. We're opening doors. This is the real movement. People that stand up, Canada, before we lose it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the broadcast. I want to thank you for joining us today on this Sunday, August the 16th. I hope this was informative to all of you. Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's going on in our country. I'm just getting the word out there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, I'm just getting the word out there.